All right, hey, it's Josh Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And I'm here with Harris here at the Android Auto section of Google I/O, and we got a bunch of cars behind us, and I'm going to get a quick demo of what Android Auto looks like. Now, I'm actually really excited about this because about a month or two ago, I was actually planning on buying a new car.
Oh, nice.
I'm glad I held out because now we have Android in our cars, And in my current car right now, I use a tape deck to be able to get my music and everything like that. But it looks like what we have here is almost not really maybe full integration is the wrong way to put it, but we have a lot of integration between Android and the car, right?
Yes, so what we have done is we have kind of started come to the realization that a lot of people are using their phones in a vehicle for a lot of different things. So what we wanted to do was make sure that we bring power of the phone and applications on the phone into the car. So the way we have done this is with Android Auto. So Android Auto, what it does is once you kind of connect it to the vehicle, it will actually project quote unquote applications from your phone into your actual screen in the vehicle. So what you get is all the applications are running on your phone, you're using the network connection on your phone, but they have made to be ran in an easier and safer way in the vehicle while you're actually driving toward your destination. So the point is you have the phone, you have everything on there, and actually you can use it in a safer and easier manner in the car.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. Stay tuned for the demo, and let's go ahead and do this.
Let's do it. All right, and what we have in here is the Android Auto actually interface. So we made the whole system actually very easy to use. So the user has very simple and easy access to applications such as maps and navigation, communication, music applications. So for example, here you're going to have Spotify as well as the bunch of other applications that we've announced earlier today, such as Songza, Stitcher, Spotify, Joyride, Podcast, etc., 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 as well as Google Play Music. The whole point is that all of these applications are very easily accessible as soon as you get into the car without having to necessarily spend too much time kind of digging for what you're looking for. The other thing that we've done is kind of as soon as you plug in is you'll see the screen over here, which is called Overview. And Overview pulls different things such as destinations from like Google Now, recent phone calls, and etc. And the goal is really to kind of give you the contextual information that you're looking for right away as soon as you kind of plug in. So this way you can just simply, for example, click on the card, and what it's going to do is going to load up the route in Google Maps and start navigating. The voice navigation starts coming through the speakers. And I'm going to mute it for a second. You start getting other information such as, for example, next turn, lane by lane, lane guidance. You're going to get, for example, the time to destination, the traffic, and etc. You can also do other things like alternate routes, so you can quickly see if there's a different way you can get there. You can see traffic along the route. And another thing that we kind of wanted to do was to make sure that if you're running in a different application, we know people want to listen to music and other things, is that they don't necessarily miss on the things that are important around navigation. So in this case, what you see is the heads-up notification, which comes as a part of the L preview, which will tell you, for example, the other applications, things such as next, for example, next turn. So let's quickly stop the navigation and show a little bit of the rest of the system. We also talked about contextual information. So under suggestions, for example, all the things that you've searched on the Google Maps on the web or Google Maps on mobile are going to show up in the suggestions. You can quickly, for example, just scroll down, find things that you were looking for. So for example, if we're navigated to Ferry Building and we're looking for it, you can just one tap and you're going to get going. And this is really critical. It's all about contextual information that is available to you when you need it in order to start driving there quickly. I've talked a little bit about music, so maybe let's start playing the music. And as you can see, the music is actually playing through the radio, through the speakers in the car. The other thing to kind of keep in mind while we're doing this is that the interface itself is very easy to use. The primary action is available right front and center to the user. The user also has other controls to them that are available quickly, such as forward, backward button. And they can also use steering wheel buttons, for example, to simply move to the next song if they choose to. So again, this assures that the user can focus on the primary task of driving and their hands on a steering wheel at all times.
Do you have my playlist on here? Because
I mean, if you actually, yes, it's like if you were to log in, you actually do get your access to your playlist and to the radio stations that you created.
You seriously just put two of my favorite songs on just now.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, I guess we agree on something. So, I mean, the key of this is, though, that this is very, very simple to use, right? And If you click again, you're going to kind of see all the other applications in here. If we were to pick Joyride, I don't know if you listen to TED Talks, but for example, Joyride gives you access to TED Talks. And again, interface remains very, very similar, but you'll see some things that we have done to allow the actual applications to differentiate. So for example, Joyride uses blue UI accent to kind of differentiate their app. They also use different buttons. For example, they have functions such as, skip 30. They also, for example, are using different iconography as well as some of the lists in the menu. So, and all the lists are simply scrollable, or you can just basically tap buttons. And again, lists are very easy to use in the car. So this is one of the reasons why we were going for this. Quickly, just looking at, for example, Spotify, again, kind of you're going to see that you see functionality change a little bit. Again, very simple, but the interface stays the same. So all of these applications are downloaded from Google Play Store, and they're all already installed on your phone. So all they have been done is enabled for Android Auto. What this means is you don't have to keep downloading any other application than you would normally. The apps get updated to store, they're on your phone, you plug in, and everything works the way you would expect it normally.
Excellent.
Exactly. So the last thing that I haven't talked too much about is, for example, voice controls. And voice controls are a critical part of driving because with voice controls, you can control the system and focus your eyes on the road. So for example, if I just wanted to navigate somewhere again, all I have to do is press the steering wheel button and the mic in the car is going to actually pick up everything. So navigate to Alamo Square.
Navigating to Alamo Square, San Francisco.
Again, maps loads up, the route starts, and we start basically navigating there. If you wanted to play a song, for example, all you have to do is say play music. Play music.
Playing music using Google Play Music.
And the voice commands, we're going to actually allow also third-party apps. So it's not that you can just invoke Google Play Music, but you can also invoke third-party applications on this. Is this one of your favorite songs as well?
I won't say a favorite, but I do like this song. It is in my playlist too.
Nice.
I will say that way.
So, I mean, if we wanted to call somebody, it's a simple task of just simply saying, call Sally.
Calling Sally Mobile.
And again, what you're going to see is it just starts calling Sally, and again, the phone call just starts coming through, and things get going. So we're not going to call Sally. I've been calling her too much today. But I mean, again, the idea is that really everything is contextual available to you. You can access it through voice. You can have easy access to all the functionality right in the front. And the voice is not just about controlling the system. It's access to your full Google, I would say, power backend. So if I just want to check out what's the weather here, all I have to do is ask. What is the weather here?
It's 68 degrees and partly cloudy in San Francisco.
It knows that here is actually San Francisco. This is where we are, and it knows actually how to answer it. I can also check out what's my next appointment. What's my next appointment?
Your next calendar entry is today at 12 p.m. The title is Lunch with Super Dean at Blue Plate.
So yes, lunchtime at noon. So again, it's like that we really made sure that the user can access anything and everything that they want via voice. So that way they can actually focus on their eyes on the road and their hands on the steering wheel and the primary task of driving. So in this case, we're using USB, and there's an Android Auto protocol that's running over USB to basically do the display. So what you have is you have the video basically piping from the phone to the primary screen, as well as audio, and then the touch controls are fundamentally coming back, as well as the audio from the microphone.
Okay. All right, so thank you for that demo. It looks really great, and Android Auto looks like it's going to be a great addition to a bunch of cars, but here are my questions. We have 4 different cars here, and obviously these are going to be, I guess, newer models of these particular vehicles over the next year or so. We're going to see a lot of new cars that have this functionality in them. Is it a API put on top of what the car would already have installed in with its own dash?
Yes, so we're not changing the original functionality that's coming with the vehicle.
Yeah.
There's only a small library that's being added on top of the existing head unit software that's allowing it to communicate on the phone.
Okay.
So the beauty of the system is really that you're able to bring your phone and everything is running off of your phone. And the small library is there just to basically kind of push the video, the messaging, etc. through while everything is on your phone.
Okay. And of course, it's an application that you would put on the phone, so any Android phone would be able to do this kind of functionality?
So, I mean, mean, we're definitely shooting more toward the newer phones, primarily because of various things coming out of part of the L and everything else that's coming forward. So, but it's coming because we have to change a few things in the Android itself actually to make this work.
Yeah.
It's the actual Android update, so they would have to upgrade actually to L, and then they would kind of start getting the functionality.
Oh, to L, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. As far as the third-party applications go, we saw a lot of media typed, but are there going to be any third-party applications like, say, textually based or any other third parties that are going to be creating their apparatuses for Android Auto?
So originally we're just focusing on media and text messaging because those are the two kind of big pieces that people want in the vehicles, but we're always open to a lot of different ideas. We feel that in the vehicle there's a lot of new applications that can be developed. So it really comes down to what do users want, what is safer in the vehicle than it would be to use on their phone, and kind of what is the automotive industry as a whole is actually looking forward to implementing the vehicles.
Okay. My final question is, with these cars coming out that will have this functionality, would it be possible, because for example, when I was looking to buy my car, I wanted the Mazda 3, the new one, but obviously if I go for the current model, it won't have Android Auto. Is it possible to retrofit cars? Do you know if that would be a possibility?
So TBD. We're working, obviously, if you've seen a lot of the list, on the list yesterday we presented of all the different partners that we're working with. Some of these partners are also working on the aftermarket units. It's TBD, we're working with everybody, and yeah, stay tuned.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, Harris, I thank you very much.
Oh, no problem.
Yes, it was
Thanks
a
a
great
lot.
demo. All right, keep it tuned to Android Authority. That was Android Auto for all of you guys. Stay tuned for all of the best coverage here at AndroidAuthority.com of Google I/O.